This is Pissed Off Pussy News, and I'm the pissed off pussy. Whenever you see Cameron or Osborne in the media, even now after 5 years of power, they rant on about how Labour overspent from 97 to 2010. Not only do they blame Labour for the worldwide banking crisis that started in America, but also say that the overspending was the reason for recession after the crisis, rather than the crisis itself. Osborne even still referred to the last government as the problem since 2015. He must have forgot that his party are now the last government. But did Labour actually overspend, and did they fail to fix the roof while the sun was shining? If Osborne really thinks Labour overspent, then unfortunately for him, he'd be in the exact same boat as Labour, because before they kind of won the election in 2010, and just before the worldwide bank crisis doomed us all, Osborne was not talking about Labour's spending, other than promising to match their spending plans. In 2007, Labour announced a 2% rise in spending, and Osborne was promising the same. So if he thinks they overspent, why was he suggesting the same back then? In 1997, Labour took over after 18 years of Tory de-investment. Yet between 97 and 2004, Labour spent in almost every area of public sector, and still got public debt down from 40% of GDP to 30% of GDP. It hadn't been that low since 1990. The difference being, the Tories were destroying and privatising public services to achieve it. Sound familiar? Whereas Labour were investing and achieving it. Even when debt started going back up, it remained at historic lows under Labour. Then, the worldwide banking crisis hit, yet debt still only rise to 60% of GDP. However, again in contrast to the Tories' time in power, public satisfaction in services were at record highs. For example, satisfaction in the NHS rose from 35% under the Tories up to 70% after 6 years of Labour investment. So the investment in services were obviously pleasing the public. Labour spending was affordable and unavoidable after the ridiculous cuts the Tories made in the 80s and early 90s. So why does Osborne say Labour didn't fix the roof when the sun shone? They did. NHS spending rose to EU average. Investment rose heavily in education. Public transport rebuilding began. The rebuild of local government services. The social housing Decent Homes programme. The Child Tax Fund. Sure Start Centres. Policies that tackle child and pensioner poverty. The list really does go on and on. It's simply a lie. So if it's not true that Labour overspent, and the spending that did happen Osborne promised to match, and it's nonsense that Labour didn't invest in public sector, overspending didn't cause a worldwide recession, the banks did, why do so many people believe it? Labour's record, if you actually look at the numbers, is good. Fact. Indeed, the economy was already recovering when the coalition took over in 2010. Then, within 2.5 years, debt went up rapidly. The coalition doubled the debt, spending more in 5 years than Labour did in 13 years, coupled with huge losses from the likes of Royal Mail and now RBS. It's fairly obvious that the Tories pushed up debt so high from 2010 to now, so they could use it as an excuse for their austerity. Yet again, they're destroying and cutting the public sector as much as possible and beyond, while the rich get richer, and they needed a reason. There wasn't one, so they invented one. The 70% of media that support the Tories are now in overdrive, pushing their lies and propaganda. They say Corbyn coming into power would make it feel like we're back in the 80s. Well, fucking breaking news, we're already there. with the devil spawn of Thatcher cutting the state and the poor and the disabled to pieces. That was today's Pissed Off Pussy News. I'm the Pissed Off Pussy. Please click like and subscribe below for more. Bye bye.